300, what's the deal? It's your folks, Shaka. Wanted to share my thoughts with y'all real quick. So, I was asked about the passing of Sinful to P, and I gotta keep it real. I just found out about a couple of days ago, y'all. Real talk. Somebody was like, why ain't you said nothing about that? But I was asked about that, and so that's why I'm making the video today. RIP to Sinful to P. If you all do not know him, he was a man that self-proclaimed to be a part of the game, and y'all know what game I'm talking about. But he also had a serious amount of influence in social media, primarily YouTube, okay? And I know a lot of people are saying he's manosphere, some are saying he is not. However, the dude, his association with the dude O'Shea Duke Jackson and the manosphere did play a serious role in his social media growth. Okay, but his growth was well deserved. I told y'all that in my opinion, a lot of the game is coming out of the Midwest, most of the game. And when I say that, I meant when you look across these platforms in black social media and you seeing what is shared and what is talked about as far as information and game go, it's clear that a lot of what is coming out of the Midwest is being used as a foundation, okay, as to what is being talked about and some of the thoughts that these dudes are collecting, okay. And Sinful to P is one of those dudes out of the Midwest that was putting a lot of that game out here, okay. I didn't agree with everything he talked about, but I agree with a lot of what he was talking about. And he put some legendary stuff out here in the game, you know what I'm saying, in social media. And so some folks wanted to know what I think happened to him, okay. I want to say before I speak on that, there are already people speaking very positive about him. You can pull up to his partner Freeze Is It. I think that dude O'Shea Duke Jackson did make some commentary about him. So check that out, But I don't think that he died from some disease or AIDS. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's the type of dude that just would have deteriorated somewhere, knowing his last days was coming up, and not reach out and be around family and friends to kind of figure things out, even if he would have flew them there or something like that. So that's not realistic to me, man. At minimum, I think that he could have been up there in the game, checking things, and people were not in favor of it, how he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I seen him splurge a little bit every now and then on the video. So that could have been the case. You know what I'm saying? Something happened to him like that, at minimum. But I primarily think, man, that, look, he was becoming somewhat of some competition in social media. He was gaining influence. I mean, once you hit that 100K mark, they consider you, you know what I'm saying, a serious influencer, which means that it's a lot harder for them to suppress what you're saying, and kind of hide the influence that you are putting out here. And it's kind of like a different game, you know what I'm saying? And so I believe that with him, and kind of like his God-given talent, how he expressed himself, he was a threat to a lot of them commercial platforms over there. Okay, specifically speaking about one that mentioned his name, No Jumper, which is the other side. They are straight entertainment. You know what I'm saying? The dude that's over it all, he's kind of been exposed as like being somewhat of a plant. But when you look at the information that they talk about and things like that, dudes like Sinful to P pulling up to 100K and, continuing to move, He's a problem if he's not with them. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted him with them at all. Okay. And I think that the way that they got to him, which is the way that they always get to folks like that, is he made a decision to kind of start networking with them and working with them. Same thing as Kevin Samuels. Because what I've been paying attention to is that over the past month, they have kind of been mentioning his name over there, Sinful to P. And I noticed that one of these characters out of No Jumper had mentioned about working with him. And so, when these things like this happen and then just abruptly after this, just within, a month, is them mentioning him and then weeks later he passed away. Man, a lot of times it's just like that Duke the Jeweler thing on my TikTok. I'm following my TikTok, y'all missing out, but I spoke on the Duke the Jeweler dude. They have these conversations with them in the background, and certain people that they're talking to and networking with, they're not able to mention them up front, at the time. And what happens is a decision is made on these people when they decide to kind of mingle and network a little heavy, because now they're in a position where they can make a decision on, okay, now that he has, accepted or decided to do this or that, where are we gonna put him? And sometimes it's in the grave. You know what I'm saying? If things weren't, coming off right or whatever, they had mentioned how that dude Kevin Samuels, before he passed, allegedly was turning down certain deals and certain things like that, and yada yada yada, and then he ends up passing away. But you also seen him associated heavy with certain celebrities and stuff like that, and then like within months he's gone. Okay. And so that's where my strongest belief is at. Okay, it's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? When I look at the thing, and the thing is, man, this is less likely to happen when you make the right choices. That's what this is about, y'all. It's not the theatrics where somebody's just sent to do this and do that. No, man, you typically, on average, they make those decisions, okay, to be in certain circles and situations. And then what happens to them, they don't expect it. They're thinking they're about to get closer to networking in there on that other side. Meanwhile, they're like, okay, we're getting him in the trap, okay, so that we can get rid of the competition. Because when you listen to some of the details that I've been seeing flying around about what happened in the last moment, same thing, chest problems or whatever was going on. And it was similar to the Kevin Samuels dude, okay? And so, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like what I believe right now. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time, man, this should be a lesson to us that, man, forget that lane over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is, he never needed that lane. He never needed it. He never needed it. But it was just some of the things that he seen. You know what I'm saying? I believe. Because he was in lives, and I'm hearing he was in the comment section for some of these people, which I'm not saying that there's a problem with that or whatever or anything like that, but that kind of showed that he was really interested in trying to see what that was about to some extent, somehow, some way. And that's just kind of like what I believe right now, man. Because the dude was young, you know what I'm saying? And so, and clearly he seemed to be a wise man, all right? He seemed to be a very wise dude. So, RIP to him. But the lesson is, man, we need to build over here. You know what I'm saying? Because I've said this before. You look up, you know what I'm saying? It's about us. You got these major so-called music artists and all these other people. They out here trying to mimic what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Work more on building over here. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a lot safer and a lot more constructive. And if you do find yourself, you know what I'm saying, falling over here, man, you fell for something that mattered. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you went out swinging. You dig? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, man. Y'all can comment below, man. RIP to Sinful to P again, man. Um, Comment below, like this information, man. Hit the sub button and the bell. We still dropping shit y'all like. It's your folks, Shaka and Philosopher. I'm out. It's 300.